Mick, I just wanted to ask you first about you were talking about Troy Parrott in the press conference there, and you were saying that maybe a little bit frustrated that he's not gone somewhere to get games under his belt. And I suppose just listening to Jose Mourinho's comments about him over the last couple of months, he was saying that he's still young, there's still plenty of time for him to get those games. Can you see maybe where his club manager is coming from?
Well, listen, I'm not going to cut across Jose Mourinho, but he's going to get his games where? At Tottenham? Yeah, he has got. He's just turned 18. Yeah, he's got loads of time to get his games, but not to play in Slovakia. He hasn't. So you're asking me two different questions here, really. So, if he wants to be in the squad with me, and for the European Championships, when we qualify, then he has to play. He has to be playing serious football, which I'm talking about in a league. Even whether it's the first division at competitive level, championship. If we're just talking about his career, he's got loads of time to play. He's 18. He might play till he's 38. He might have a 20-year career. He might play 700 games. But I get asked in relation to playing for Ireland in the next 2 months, and then in July. And that's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. I suppose, is it then just that you're just frustrated then because you would have liked to have him in as a player who's played a few senior matches?
I'm frustrated for him. No, he wanted to go and play. They were looking forward to him. MK Dons wanted him. Charlton wanted him. I think the deal was almost done with Charlton, and then found out that he would be classed as a foreign player. He wouldn't be classed as a homegrown player for 2 years within the rules, so he couldn't go. So they were frustrated. I play the players I see who are playing in games and what I think are the best ones for the squad. I'm just sad for him, really, because it would have done him good. I look at Chelsea. I just said to somebody else, Tammy Abraham, Tamori, Mason Mount. 3 of them have been out on loan. Went to Derby. Tammy Abraham has had 3 or 4 loans. Tamori went to Hull and then he went to Derby. They're playing in the Premier League now, but they've had to go out and get match hardened, battle hardened by playing in the Championship.
Just to ask you about Shane Long, it looked like his confidence was gone in the middle of last year, and he obviously had to pull out of the Irish squad due to injuries. It seems like Ralph Hasenhüttl's getting the best out of him now. He's scoring goals. Are we looking at maybe now Shane Long as a starter in those Slovakia games? Do you think he's good enough now to be scoring again at international level?
I never doubted his ability, Shane, but the ability to play because of his injuries, and he wasn't playing. The manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl, seems to be putting his trust in him, putting his faith in him. Shane's doing what he needs to do, which is play games, and he's scored a couple of goals over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Seen his goals, seen him play once. Never doubted his ability or the effect he can have on his team, but if he stays fit and he keeps playing the way he is, he's got a chance.
Shane Duffy, on the other hand, watching his game against Watford the other night, it looked like maybe his time on the bench is starting to affect the way he plays now. He maybe got caught out a couple of times against Watford. Is that something you maybe spotted yourself?
No, really. He just come back from being out after an operation. I think he had a blood vessel that had burst, so I think all that affects him. Coming into a team with Brighton as well, they're not exactly flying, are they? So they're not full of confidence. I know playing at centre half and being such a big fella, you need to keep training, you need to be playing, so it would affect him. But once he's back training, he'll be fine, Shane. I hope he stays in the team because it'll be better for us. He's been a really important player for us.
Just on your own experience, Mick, as a centre half, and we're looking at some of the Irish players like Seamus Coleman, we've seen playing on the right of a back 3 for Everton. John Egan's playing in a back 3. Matt Doherty plays in a system with a back 3. So does Enda Stevens. When you see all the players like that doing so well, is it kind of giving you maybe some ideas to maybe tinker with the formation in the Slovakia game, or is it really too late in the campaign to be doing that?
4 days. They come in on the Sunday night. We train on the Monday, and Southampton Brighton play on Sunday. So the first training session we'll have will be Monday. We travel to Slovakia on Tuesday, and we have a day on the pitch on Wednesday. We play Thursday. It's not going to be a revolution in changing what we're doing. And we played 3 at the back against Switzerland for 30 minutes. and it's probably the worst we've played. So I'll not be considering that too deeply now.
I just ask you finally, Mick, obviously Brexit has happened over the last couple of months, and there seems to be, well, not the suggestion, but it is going to have a big impact on the movement of players between the UK and Ireland. You think it's going to be something positive for Irish players in the sense that, you know, maybe they'll stay in the League of Ireland a little bit longer, get a bit more experience playing senior football before they can actually make a move to the UK?
She said, wow, I've not heard that word for a while, Brexit. That's well done for mentioning that one. Is it good for Irish players? I don't know. What would be good for Irish players if the league was bombing and all the teams were flying and they were all full time, or you know, I'm not sure what is good for Irish players. I mean, look at all the good teams we've had over the years of good players. Robbie Keane, who's record amount of games, record goal scorer. When did he leave? 16. I wonder when David O'Leary left and Liam Brady left and Frank Stapleton left, and they all ended up being really good players. I'm not sure, but look, there's changes afoot in the FAI. I know Quinn is involved. They're trying to now look at different ways they can do with the league and improve it. So let's all hope that happens and we all get better players who end up with better teams. Wouldn't it be great?
Thanks, Mick.
Pleasure.